When it comes to ASTRAEOS, knowing how to build in rat holes can be difficult, so I proudly present top 3 best rat holes with full base designs on ASTRAEOS. Coming at number 3, these can be found at 62.8 latitude and 62.5 longitude, then there it is on the map. Now this can be found over on the Volcano Island, pretty much in the center, pretty close to the actual like volcano itself. But yeah, right up here is this nice little tiny rat hole. It is kind of impossible to see, so you have to kind of just fly exactly up in it, and you can really only get in here with a PT or just some grapples. That's about it. Anyways, once you come inside, it opens up into this medium-sized room. It could be bigger, but it's nothing, you know, too small, but it's also nothing too big. I was able to fit a lot more stuff in here than I expected, which you'll see here in a second. But yeah, it looks smaller on camera, but this thing is much bigger than it looks. So yeah, let's go ahead and get onto that full base design here in a second. But yeah, it does go a little bit farther down, but it gets a little bit tighter. So I'm thinking maybe 3, maybe 4 layers in here. I don't know. But yeah, let's get on to the full base design. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. If you're looking for a great alternative to coffee or just a way to get you going in the morning, Mitra is definitely the way to go. Now, back to the video. Now here is the full base design. So as you can see, this one is a bit more on the exterior side as you can't really build too much inside. So I just went ahead and did a cliff platform chandelier. Now this thing really suits this area pretty well. It surrounds it pretty much completely, blocking pretty much the entire rat hole. So yes, it's going to be an absolute pain to raid this, but it's not impossible to raid. So yes, this can easily be taken down. It's practically impossible to figure out how to defend some of these rat holes, but this is honestly one of the better ones on this list. So yeah, if you guys can come up with any other method to figuring out how to truly figure out how to defend that, please let me know in the comments, because spam turrets just look horrible. So I went ahead and did a chandelier. And then up in here you have some turrets that'll help shoot down if people are trying to get up. And then over here you have a little like raid area as well as some vaults, and then your full crafting station on your middle layer. Now you have 2 indie forges, 1 replicator, a tiny little daddy wall, some smithies for fabricators, chem benches, and a couple extra vaults just for some like extra storage. That's your entire first layer right here. Nothing too crazy, but it does fit everything in here pretty well. And then we're going to be going, I believe, down. Yes, down. Now this is your second layer. This is just like the extra layer for all your extra stuff. So you got like your tech transmitter in here, you know, your tinker desk, your preserving bins, your grinders, makeshift mega lab, embryo, then a little bit of your vault storage as well. You also have some refrigerators back here in the corner. And overall, it's not bad at all. You could do a lot more with this space. I just went ahead and put all of your main like essentials kind of down there. So coming up here to your very third layer, and this is like 3 different layers with cliff platforms. It's pretty easy to build. Just put the cliff platforms on the walls and it works out pretty well. Up here, it's just a nice little hatchery layer. You got your air conditioners over here, some cryo fridges as well as some regular refrigerators. Then you have 2 feeding troughs over here. Now coming at number 2, this can be found at 49.7 latitude and 46.1 longitude. Then there it is on the map, even though the map was a little bit bugged out. Anyways, this can be found right next to this giant clamshell. Now there's a bunch of these clamshells, make sure that you go to this exact one, as this is the one with the main rat hole on it. Anyways, right over here is your entrance. It is a relatively small entrance. You can fit a megalodon in that area, so that kind of shows you the size. And then there's a vacuum compartment to also kind of show you the size. And I do have some air pockets in here, but we're not going to really be utilizing that. This entire space down here we will be utilizing. It's super flat. It's absolutely massive, but it is going to be an awkward build. I don't know how we're going to do the turret layout. It's going to be a little tricky, but since we're living underwater, you can have stuff float, which does actually really help us out. So yeah, gonna have to see what to do about that. Now down in here, it doesn't really go down anymore. I don't think you can really build anything in here, so I'm just gonna kind of stay away from this. So yeah, as you can see, it just kind of goes down, but there's like a little room in here, but you can't even fit a vacuum compartment in there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the full base design. Now here is the full base design. So as you can see with the entrance, I left everything kind of inside, and this is a really tricky layout. So this is not an actual like turret wall, it's vacuum compartments. So basically that means that if they try to take out a section of this, the entire thing will still be standing. They have to get rid of all, I think it's like 25 vacuums. It's actually a little bit more overpowered than you would think. And then with the 100 turret limit, I wasn't able to fit any more turrets back here, unfortunately. If you're on a server with a higher limit, just feel free to just fill up this entire area. So yeah, nothing that I could really do there about that turret limit. I placed all of it in the main central area because that's where people are going to be coming in. Anyways, in here you have all of your just necessities for your little crafting station, you know, like hooker, grill, got your tech transmitter right there, some library storage as well as some refrigerators, and then you have your teleporter right there as well. Just that's there for just teleporting in and out, because you know, trying to travel underwater always sucks. Going up to your second layer right here, got some beds which are being blocked by that door, some vaults, a misplaced wall, and then your cryo fridge area. And over here is your entire full vault storage. It's 4 layers of vault walls. It's overall, I mean, that's about all that you're going to need. You really shouldn't need any more than that, but if you do, there's some more vaults up here. Now this is your main crafting station area. You got your replicator, 3 indie forges, a little deady wall, as well as just your chem benches, fabricators, smithies, you know, all that good stuff. Everything that you're really going to need on this layer. Everything fits pretty well in here, and you still have some extra room just to kind of place some extra crafting stuff if you really want to. If not, you can go up to the 4th layer, I believe. Got your indie grinder up here, and then this is just your main hatchery. It's nothing too crazy, but this is where you're going to be hatching the majority of your dinos if you choose to live underwater, of course. Coming at number 1, this can be found at 66.2 latitude and 1.6 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this one can also be found underwater, and this is by far the most overpowered spot on the map, as long as you can figure out how to defend it well. But yeah, it's going to definitely be a tricky build, because trying to do some turret walls or, you know, like some floating turret towers, it's going to be a bit of a pain. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do here, because this front area right here, which is like this first little room, is going to be tricky, as it is a little bit tighter than I really wanted it to be. But yeah, as you can see, it keeps going back in here, and that's just your first little tiny room. That's nothing when you see this entire rat hole. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a long hallway, but it also kind of pans down right here, which might be a problem, because trying to defend the top layer and the bottom layer is going to be tricky. Now this is your first main area. We probably won't be building in here, as there is some issues with mesh here, where if you basically touch that sand, it instantly will just kill you. So yeah, be careful of that. But back here on this platform is most likely where we're going to be putting that full base. So let's get on to the full base design. So here is your full base design. I did a couple floating turret tower thingies, which is just a vacuum compartment with everything just kind of like hidden, and it's completely open. Anyways, you have some random spam turrets outside, as well as just an absolutely insane amount of spam turrets on the ground. There's nothing to really do to try and defend this thing. That's the biggest turret wall that I could honestly build here. Spam turrets are just the new meta, unfortunately. That's just kind of how it is. You have a nice little vacuum compartment area in here you could use maybe for some vault stuff, you know, if you're getting raided. Put some of that quick loot in there or something. You have some extra turrets back here, but with the 100 turret limit, I had to push them back a little bit, and I wasn't able to put as many turrets. So of course you can spam this entire area, and I was a little bit lazy with it right through here. But yeah, back here you have these floating turret tower things. These may look weak, but I'm telling you, these are a lot more overpowered than you think. They have no weak spots on them, meaning every single turret will be shooting pretty much at all times, and there's 4 of them. They're a lot better than you think, trust me. Anyways, back here is your main base. I didn't put too many turrets on here, again, just because for the sake of time, I didn't want to completely fill this entire area up, but you absolutely can with that 100 turret limit. Now here's your main base. It's the biggest one on this list. Now over here you have your full hatchery area, nice little teleporter to get in and out, as well as a refrigerator wall area with, you know, your grill, your grinder, industrial preserving bin. Got your full crafting station back here with chem benches, fabricators, some vaults, grinders, you know, you got your 2 replicators, and I was able to actually fit 5 indie forges in here pretty comfortably, as well as a full deady floor right there in the middle. Now over here is your full vault wall, which is pretty big. I mean, it has everything that you're going to need. Now you got your makeshift mega lab, your cryo, some extra vaults over there, and there still is a ton of room on this first layer. Now coming upstairs is just like extra area for storing some dinos. I honestly wasn't able to fill up this entire thing. But yeah, anyways, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.